Hello and welcome to this video, guys. So as you guys can see, this video is on the perfect niche. How do you get to the perfect niche? This is also a second part in a small series that we're putting together for you guys here in December, so that you guys can gear up and ready to absolutely crush 2024. Now, this is everything you will need to scale the business machine, the business idea in 2024. So there's a few things that we're going to be unpacking here. We have the source niche, the niche 2, the niche 3, but this is all deriving the perfect niche, okay? So who am I? My name is Jean-Jacques from Self-Built Systems. Now, we primarily work with 6 to 8 figure brands throughout this process, helping them strategically position, scale, and outmaneuver their competitors. There are a fair few different ways that we do this. We are heavily, deeply involved with AI and different sets of those components and elements that make out of the whole business machine, and obviously driving more efficiency to reach capital efficiency at the end of the day, meaning free cash flow for the founder. So, I mean, if that sounds good, then you might want to be sticking around, okay? So these are some of the brands that we obviously have worked with and are working with throughout this process. So you can see here, Timon Creek, obviously he's everywhere on the internet. Project inside there is Gifted, Version 8 Media. They are an award-winning 7-figure e-com agency. They're really crushing it right now, reaching new levels and new heights like never before. Then we have St. Petersburg Skin and Laser from Dr. Kat Kesty from St. Petersburg. Really cool doctor, best doctor on the planet. And then we got Dean from King Contractors Agency, really cool guy. He's really crushing it right now. He's reaching new levels, and I do not say this in this exciting tone where I am right now, but these people are really crushing it, and I want you guys to go and check out actually the work that they're doing. They're doing phenomenal stuff, right? Whamley, SA Innovation Summit, we've done some stuff with Manscaped, vCanvas, all this, so you can go check out all these people. Why am I making these videos? I want you guys to understand that there has been a time in my life where I did not have access to information like this, okay? There's been a time in my life where I had to figure stuff out too. I had to learn more about myself. And as soon as I found my highest level of service to others, I could really, become one with my process and share with you guys. And the reason why I do share these videos is for you guys to understand that each and every single person has untapped potential inside here, and it is through new sources of information that allows you to make different decisions about your current situation that will allow you to keep remolding the past and building whatever your future life might be looking. But it's all about right now, and I hope that you guys use this information, get to your first $5,000 a month, get to your first $10,000 a month, and then come work with us, okay? Just message me, say, hey man, this helped a lot, and just come work with us. So what is a niche, Jay? Okay. There is tons of niche videos out there on the internet. This is not another one of them, okay? However, this is a video about a niche and how to derive the perfect niche, but this is something really profound. Now, this is also, as per reference, I always will give out the reference where a lot of these sources do come from. A big influence in our work that we do has derived from Peter Thiel, Big Daddy Peter Thiel. Okay, he's the man. Now, what I want you to understand here is that we're going to dive deeply into this right now. So a niche is defined as a specialized segment of market for a particular product or service. Okay, now it means ideally a niche should have a state 1 and a state 2, meaning specifically where's a person currently at right now, and what can you do in the best possible, most efficient way to get them from state A to state B. Now, that is not something new, okay? I've stated that, but it's about understanding how you derive that. How do you package that, okay? How is that presented to people? So they have a desired end goal, destination that they would love to achieve, okay? That is also known as the desired transformation. Now, the gap between a niche's state 1 and state 2 is what you're selling and helping them do, basically. Service, product, whatever, okay? So this comes down to this one point here. The easiest transition you can help someone make is one you have already made. My best example, I can give you this. So stuff that I needed to learn in my life, firstly, was solving fitness in a component of understanding how do I become a better sports person, because I used to be heavily involved with playing sport. There was a time in my life where I was turning semi-pro, wanting to reach a pro level, okay? And throughout the stuff that I needed to learn, I was playing a contact sport named rugby, but it was about understanding that that was the biggest thing that I enjoyed playing at the time, but I was also doing things like athletics, like doing short sprints and stuff. All these things I needed to learn, to engage with it more, to get a desired transformation of being not pro to turn pro. And all these things that you do, you go to the gym, you do different sets of workouts, more advanced workouts, you lift heavier weights, you do all these things in perspective of learning, so with the goal obviously that you can keep growing, okay? So that you can reach the desired transformation, which is pro. Now there's obviously a bunch of different things, different elements, different nodes that can expand out that you need to learn, right? That's a great example of this. Now, what I want you to understand here is that that's how it happens, okay? That's the first thing I needed to solve in my life, but I also learned more about that, then it rolls over to the other stuff that we do, right? So now, think back to yourself 1 to 2 years ago, 5 years ago, or whatever the situation might be. It doesn't matter how old you are, okay? Now, what I want you to understand is that you must remember, okay, your niche is entirely independent of anything else, okay? Always start here, because everything else we build will be dependent on your niche. Now, the perfect niche, okay? What does that actually look like? Let's make this a little bit, what does that actually look like? So, number one, they have the money to spend, okay, whatever you want to call it. So there's a blue ocean segment. It is hyper specific. Now, red ocean, blue ocean, you can still make something work in a red ocean. I want you guys to understand this. That's why we do what we do in helping companies differentiate. There's different strategies and different mechanisms that we do deploy throughout this process. Because if you're trying to sell fitness right now and you're just trying to do you're trying to figure out how to position yourself differently, if you're just going to be another dude that's just going to sell another 12-week program or another 8-week program or another body transformation challenge or sell some group coaching, look, at the end of the day, that's not how you're going to dominate, because number one, you are in a red ocean, and it's about understanding what do people really want, how can you package that, how can you present that, how can you position yourself, okay, to be seen as someone that is deemed to give money to in a value exchange, right? There are many different things that you can do about that situation. That's just one example. Now, third point here is they have valuable problems. How much you can charge is solely dependent on how valuable the problems is that you can fix. Now, a great example is this: if you pick a niche, okay? Now, you guys know that we work with tech founders. We've mainly worked with tech founders, and then there has been some other people coming across our path. So it's been also a decision that we as a business, as a company, needed to make in saying, hey, look, are we actually going to work with these people? Are we just going to stick to one kind of person that we work with? So this is obviously a decision that we have had to make throughout this process, okay? But each and every single person's situation is also different. It's unique to themselves and how they are solving, what problems you're solving. But it all stems on you, the person behind the brand, okay? So now I want you to understand this. A great example of a niche with money is, for let's say, for example, roofers, okay, or tech founders. They all have big piles of money, okay? They need to deploy it. But the whole point in understanding this is really deriving off of the idea of are you solving what people on the internet call rich people problems, okay? If you are I've made this mistake in the past, that if you are going to try to help someone that does not actually have money in the beginning, then it will be a lot harder. You will have a lot of friction, a lot less traction in the process, okay? Especially also if you're dependable on where you're positioned, your country position, okay? So many different things I can talk about there, but we'll stick to the point here. So now, you can provide an ROI in less than 30 days or less. Let me give you an example. If you do, this is a service-based example. If you run a web design agency, just because I've crossed paths with some people that obviously have a web design agency or something, there is no real ROI involved in the process besides, because it's not something that is trackable, like a company went from 0 to 30 mil, etc., or something like that. But it's about understanding that there is a before and there is still an after stage. So if your work really rocks and kills it, then there's a clear thing that you have. You like it. Also, there are so many things that I'm just not going to try to go off a tangent here where that can work really, really well if you do it well. But it's about understanding that this is what it looked like, and then bam, that's what it looks like now. Okay. If your work is great, there is no way you can go wrong on that perspective of delivering the service that you promised, okay? Now, it's about understanding that basically that's a service-based business example, right? But competitors here, what you want is you want minimal competition. You want to be able to stand out, minimal competition. If you're a dude out there, and I'm just because I see videos about this every single day, and this pains me and I need to share this, right? So if you're a dude trying to start a social media marketing agency, it's probably because someone big on the internet told you, hey, this is a great opportunity. Everyone will need leads. All company need leads, yada, yada, yada. Okay, that's what they sold you into that direction. But it's now about understanding, is that an actual threat level 1 situation? Is that actually something that the market needs? Does the market need another social media marketing company? Okay, and now, as I've said, the narrative has shifted towards what people now call it an AAA, okay, which is really a scam because at the end of the day, it's just a flipped version, okay, of social media marketing. They just sell. Let me not go that way. But anyway, so it's also just a service that they're fulfilling, right? There's not really deep AI stuff. It's just a service that people are fulfilling. And I want you to understand that the principles do stay the same. Do yourself a favor and go look at the reason why I said the AAA is a scam. And I unpacked the whole, if you got into growth marketing perspective and understanding what that actually looks like and how services are fulfilled and what happens there, then you'll understand my reasoning behind it. So anyways, moving on. So falls inside of wealth, health, or relationships. Okay, why? Because these are needs that humans will always have, no matter how many AIs are running around, no matter how many robots are running around. It's the reason why relationships and OnlyFans also still crushes it. Okay, as a prior example. Now, identifying your niche. Okay, now using yourself or your experience as the niche is the most optimal option. Why? Because you know yourself the most, and I've actually said that, right? Now, it's about also doing the self-development work and trying to understand yourself better. You don't just understand yourself, you need to spend some time alone, okay? And you need to learn more about the world. So if you're niche, then by extension, if you are the niche, then by extension, you have a deep-rooted understanding of your ideal prospect straight off the bat. Super easy example again is if you got born into the fitness world and you played a lot of sport, you will understand the fitness bro perspective or the bodybuilding bro perspective. You will understand what languages they talk, like what little slang they have in between. And if you don't understand it, and if you want it, and if you found a niche that is very, very unique. So what it's about in 2024? It's not about trying to spin up the same offer that has already been ran. It's not about copying something that Alex Hormozy taught you. Alex is a G, obviously, but it's about literally understanding that we need to now understand that if you can get a unique case, okay, something cool, diverse, something that hasn't been seen yet, in a market specifically, obviously, that's where all of this stuff will derive of picking a niche, okay, of doing business in a niche that is really diverse, really new, okay? So the best niches for you to choose, again, okay, I mean, I went over that already. Okay, so let me just quickly find here on my notes. So what transformations have you previously made for yourself or others, okay? And where were you a few years ago, okay? What was there a transformation made between the then and the now, which others are wanting to achieve themselves, okay? So what I want you to do is I will leave this like redacted version of this doc in the description down below if you want to go check that out. So with the hopes that you can use this bad boy down here, okay? What is this? Let me open this up real quick. You will see here that this is a niche identification doc. So you're going to say the start point, the end point, the role and the task, the industry, the skills required, and the end transformation. And then ranking your market, okay? Rank is based on the affinity towards the perfect niche components. Now, so industry, market, and clients. rank relisted based on rank. Okay, well, rather relist based on rank. So you're a pretty profound smart person if you're watching this video. So you're gonna go through, you're gonna punch that, do the work. These things actually work. Okay, this has been proven, this has been tested, and this is how you make decisions, because now the reason why I also write a lot of stuff, and you guys will see me post on Instagram and write a lot all the time, is because that's how you sharpen your brain. And thinking better is because of literally physically writing things down or typing things out. There are ways that you can go about training yourself to think better. Okay, so those are one of the actions that you guys can take on that perspective. Now, moving on, defining your niche by a questionnaire. Okay, so there are 9 bullet points that we're going to go through here. So what are your biggest pain points right now? Okay, identify 1 to 3 of the most relevant, whilst the rest are secondary. Now, what are you currently doing to resolve this issue? How much time and dollar are you currently allocating to solving these issues? Is it working? Why or why not? Okay, so who/what repels you and why? Now, what is tribal language? I've mentioned this before, right? What is the kind of like forum talk, that's going on, the slang, whatever you want to call it, right? What are the 3 main daily frustrations and issues you face, and how do you feel about these issues? You know what I'm saying? Like, what will you do to get them solved? If you could, how much money would you pay to get that solved? How valuable is that for you? Okay, so then it's about understanding what are the trends right now in the industry, in the world, okay? And what is the most common offer? That's why I always keep saying, if you're going to, you can do stuff in, like if you want to go do a service-based business, something like start some marketing agency, you could do that, okay? You could be successful. But it's about understanding that if you're going to be doing what the majority of people are doing, then you are going to be swimming against a current that will tire you and it will drain your cash, okay? Just saying that. Now, where are we now? Who else is selling something similar? Okay, has it worked? Why or why not? Now, point 8 here is, if you could have one problem entirely fixed tomorrow, what would it be? Now, if that problem doesn't get resolved, what is going to happen? Okay? Now, in order to gather these answers to the above questions, we need to pay attention to these 4 points. If you already have a niche audience, do polls. If you have a big audience, do polls, ask questions, fastest way to get feedback, okay? We want the fastest feedback loop so that we can build and iterate on that. Posts, Q&As, go live on Instagram, do those kind of things, right? The most lethal and effective path is directly messaging the person. Just going directly, either knocking on the door, sending a direct message saying, hey man, can I have a chat? Can I have a coffee with you? Can I buy you lunch? Those kind of things, right? Using these questions. Now, if you're starting from complete scratch, conduct interviews with people in your niche. Create Typeform or a jot form or whatever kind of form you use. It doesn't really matter. There's tons of them, which basically compiles the questions and blasts it out on an email if you have an email list, okay? So ask your current clients via Zoom and provide an incentive. Do like something like if they like coffee, send them a coffee gift card, Starbucks gift card, Amazon gift card, whatever kind of gift card. It is Christmas, people are in the giving spirit, so I believe that if you truly mean it and you go out of your way and you want to talk to someone and you go out of your way to firstly provide the value, that you will be better off than the person who is just solely asking and saying, hey man, hey bro, I'm building, do you want to connect? Do you want to do a podcast? Bro, like, come on, like, provide value, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just do whatever you can, just keep providing value. So transformation, desired outcome, by this point, you should know exactly what it is that your niche would literally pay $50,000 plus for, okay? Now, if they were guaranteed to receive it tomorrow. If you don't, then you need let me rephrase. If you don't, then you haven't done the previous section correctly, okay? And remember, the transformation is independent of the mechanism. Very important. So your prospect does not care how you deliver the desired outcome. What they're paying for is you to deliver the desired outcome, period. They do not care. if they take a pill and wham, have the perfect body, okay? It's the reason why a lot of people, some people will try, like a fitness example, some people will try to find a new edge, then because they feel like they've tapped out their natural potential, then they use stuff like steroids or do that so that they can derive an edge. Same thing in the overall perspective of just losing weight. If you could, that's why stuff like Herbalife crushes, because if you can give someone a pill and they would take the pill and transform their body without doing the work, then they would. That's why supplements sell so well, okay? Now, it's also about understanding, outside of the fitness realm, there are different things where this applies, right? But it's literally about understanding of the least work that can, if you can, boom, do this and it's there tomorrow, then people will do it, okay? Least friction in the process. Now, list desired outcomes below and basically their desired transformation based on urgency. So go ahead, fill that out as I've just given you guys these examples, because here's some more examples. Start and scale your e-com SSMA to 6 figures in the next 90 days. These are obviously some generic claims. So how we guarantee to increase your current advertising results. We guarantee an extra 20 qualified book calls per month for your agency. Now, this is all sorts of like service-based business kind of stuff, but these are primarily things that you will see on the internet. I'm just giving that because obviously these are some stuff that I see every single day. Now, this is actually this last one here, how to grow to 50K on IG without pre-existing audience, follow, unfollow, or paid ads, or stupid little bots and stuff. Or obviously, these people that sell you these services on growing your Instagram organically, and then they sell you some sort of a weird service. But anyways, we're actually currently, me and one business partner, we're running this one offer right now where that is implied, but there's obviously none of that funny business involved, and we've actually helped a lot of people cross $100K followers, not $100,000, but 100K followers, 200, and even 340,000 followers in the process. One of the biggest ones are around 340, 50-ish. But anyways, it's about understanding that all these things lead to the perfect niche. Now, guys, if you guys have enjoyed this video, as always, take this, go into this world, apply this, especially into 2024, and 2023 off on a high. Start your 2024 off right, obviously, with the right tools, tech, gear, people, whatever you want, and go and absolutely crush it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please do us a favor, leave a like on this video, leave a comment on what you have thought about this stuff. If you guys want to see more of this stuff, I will be doing a mini series based on this stuff. I literally just sat this morning, I was like, why not? So here it is. So yeah, at the end of the day, hope this was valuable. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.